Hi everyone, we are live. How are you all? And Nick, welcome. How are you?
Oh, hi, Marie. Hello, everybody. I'm pretty good, actually. I was just chilling this week, and lots happening. I can't recall half of it. I don't care to recall half of it, but yeah, there is obviously lots happening. And as we talk today, I'm sure things will step in from our memory banks. But yes, Marie, how about you?
I was actually saying to Nick, guys, beforehand, I know I'm going through a transition and, you know, um, deeper understandings around situations, which then it's just allowed me to let go. So, which has been amazing. And Jasper keeps yelling at me saying he wants to
Hey,
say hello to
Jasper.
everyone. So I think he must have something to say to us today at some point. But yeah, so for me, I can feel the transition. And I also think collectively, which is why I put up this heading for today, the collective and our connection through dreams, because last week there was quite a few people that had happened with, and it was our own inner self that is being reflected or impacting the collective. And so this is why, it's interesting, and I'll talk through that more later as well with us all. But hi Marie, hi Christine, lovely to see you on. But I don't usually do this, but I just had the hit to pull some tarot cards before we started, and it being around what's going on with, the scenarios that are happening in the world, and just to see, well, what's actually going on in the collective for us. And of course, the first card up was the world. So that, yeah, the collective, of course. And then the second card up was the moon. Now, when the moon card comes up for me, this means that there's something that's in there that's almost going to help release something else because it's out of sorts. It's always, the moon to me is an activation card, not always pleasant, but it does help to shift deep stuff in the psyche, which is what I was feeling on the weekend for myself. So I thought, well, I'm part of the collective, so that's also happening in the collective. The next card, which I thought was fantastic, was our Eight of Wands. Chung, chung, chung. So this is action that's been taken that is moving things very quickly. So, and then the next one was the Two of Cups. Now, this to me is the emotions. This is the coming together of different parties, of different aspects to heal, to release the heart, to bring through strength. And the next card was the Lovers. So
Even better. That reinforces it.
I couldn't believe getting those two cards in a row. It's really
Yeah.
rare. And so the Lovers to me is that internal love of each of ourselves, which then is reflected around to others and comes back to us through that connection and experiencing. So I just thought they were perfect cards to come up to give us a little bit of an insight or explanation around what's happening. So
They are.
yeah. And remember, the collective is also within us because everything's connected. We're all in this hologram together. So
That's so
yeah,
true.
yeah.
I think
And
that's a nice summary of how I've been looking and feeling and insights that I've been getting this week. Definitely. I think that follows the same storyline there. And I've been getting this unity coming together a lot. And that's where that whole our sense of community is coming into place.
yeah,
And I'm getting it specifically first at a local level, really local, as in what are we doing? And then I'm getting it more expanded out after that. So why we focus on how we can become or create something new. It's giving time for everybody else, and that's where that moon card comes in. It's like everybody trying to get it all happening right in their, understanding, feelings, everything, and that gives us time to start setting the seeds until they're ready to jump into their roles. And I pulled some cards, and I'll bring those up later at the right time. But definitely, there's a swing in a new direction now. Yeah.
I agree. And it's interesting because Christine has said that too.
Yes, so much upgrading and releasing feels wonderful, doesn't
And
it,
it's quite
Christine?
quick. I'm finding what would have taken months, even 5 to 10 years ago now, is just through in a few hours, literally.
Yeah.
So,
Yes, that's exactly what's happening for me, and heart opening even more.
yeah,
Sure is.
yeah, it sure is.
Mm,
And the heart, man, the heart, we're definitely a deeper chamber of the heart. I mean, I've been finding even for myself, I could feel it, and it was so beautiful. Even my beautiful client that I see, the other night, he was going, I feel empty in here. And I said, all right, well, let's do some work with it. And I got him to do some breathing into his hands, into opening up that heart chakra. And these people, they're sensitive. The ones that often have got, the issues mentally, they are the ones to me that are very energetically sensitive. And so they pick up on it. So I thought, oh, how beautiful. I can just be there with him and help him to start to be able to open more.
Yes.
Yeah, fantastic, isn't it? So yes, so there's definitely some shifting going on, which is awesome. So so and we've got some beautiful experiences and dreams that Marie sent in. Thank you, Marie. That was good timing. And the one thing that happened for me last night, because I did have that intention very much of being an active part, conscious part in my dream of the collective. So do you want to read that?
Yeah, Marie's dream, walking around in the collective, helping if needed, but more the observer, being love.
So, and when I woke up, I went, oh, wow, that was really cool, because I didn't feel like I was drawn into it or I was having to be in a dream actively. It was just, it was really beautiful. So, we can really work at a deep level through our dreams and our intentions with what's going on. I don't feel that we need to say, I want this to happen or I want that to happen. It is simply now staying and being in our expanded form, in our energetic form, and just trusting and having faith that, our energy, who we are, we're already directed. So we're part of this. We're being directed if we can let go and not let our ego have that control. And that's what I was feeling in the dream, because I just had that intention before I started, was to, just use me. They're the words I used. Use me. Whatever is needed, God, whatever is wanted, I am really happy to be your servant. Just use me. So that was how
I think I'm tuning into that too, definitely, Marie. And I love how you said that about, it's almost like we don't have to do anything or try to force it. It's just going to naturally occur. We still have to keep the energy in a direction though, which means, to us, I guess it means trying not to drop back into the old ways of thinking, patterns, emotions, getting trapped and caught. We've done a lot of work to release them. Let's just keep on focusing on this great feeling that we're going to be in. We're going to be in the midst of this amazing experience. And even though you might not see what it will look like yet, it doesn't really matter, because it is going to form into something. We're still so stuck in 3D still that, we haven't really released ourselves yet from it. We need to just see the possibilities are going to be so different the way we think. Like you just said in that dream, thinking about not worrying about it in itself is a hard step for people.
And, I absolutely agree with you. And to me, though, what I think is, for me, is important is I need to actually own when my emotions come up, because I got hit with this grief and sadness yesterday and I went, oh, wow, okay. And then as I dropped into it, and I actually asked for some help. So I asked Zan, I said, can you just do a card for me and tune into what you're getting? And it was really interesting, because it actually confirmed what I'd been getting over the few days around a certain situation. And it was like, oh, okay, it's all okay. And then something just lifted from me. It was beautiful. So, I think acknowledging our emotions, though, and not judging and not saying, oh, I shouldn't be feeling like this as well. It's like, oh, this is okay. This is a movement of energy. It's an emotion. This is going to shift things. So, and owning it. It's really interesting. So, it's
feel to reveal.
Feel to reveal. I love that. That's really cool. Jasper's been yelling at me. He wants to come in and actually say something about all of this, because he's saying to me, he said he's part of the collective as well. He's chosen to be an aspect of all of this, and he's going to show us a little bit from a different perspective, that how he goes into that deeper, higher experience with it. So I'm just going to tune in and see what he shows me. Oh, wow. Okay. So remember the gridding. He's bringing up the beautiful crystal skull gridding we did. He's showing me that just that intention and the consciousness that went into that. He said, when we do choose to actually actively be in the own that we're part of the collective. It's like he showed me this light. It's like this big star exploding through these beautiful grid lines. And so one person is enough to really activate, clear, and anchor in more of this consciousness and light, is what he's saying. So I don't think that the things that we do are nothing. They're not. And Jasper was just showing me that.
Mm.
So, and it's layer upon layer upon layer coming in. So
I just saw before, as you were tuning in, I thought I'll tune into Jasper, and instantly he showed me coming off his head like this spark of light, firework type thing.
that's it. Spot on.
Really?
So you can all
amazing.
tune into Jasper, that, you know, and that's the thing.
Yeah.
And if you want to tune into that beautiful grid line, even if you weren't part of it with what we did, tune in, because you are part of it. you have a light body as well. So I just shut my eyes and I just asked to be tuned in, and I can see, and I can feel, and I can sort of see what's being built and what's being created. It's magic. It's pure alchemy. So
it is, isn't it? It is,
yeah.
isn't it? And this, I have to show you then this card, because it reminds me, it's the feeling I get from that, exactly what Jasper just showed us, and what I felt and what I saw just then is very much a reflection of this card that I pulled for us today, which is about the blueprint for the 5D humanity.
And it's a 33 card, which is a master number.
Yeah, exactly.
And the blueprint, we all have a blueprint within us, our template. So isn't that beautiful that comes up now as well? Look at the light right at the top. It's like almost it's being held in a glass as well, like within, you know, this is, where we're living and what's how we experience etherically.
Yeah. And it's a case of, I think the message too with this card is about exactly what you said. It's one of the things is that we're stepping into our real creator beings, who we're meant to be. And we don't have to just think about producing. We just have to think about being. And what is our authentic being? What does it feel like, you know? And once we recognize those weird feelings that we're getting, you know, that we dip into and we think, oh, where is this coming from? It's there to show us something, to release it. And we feel it, because if you don't feel it, you can't shift it. But at the same time, it's saying, like, it's just there. It's just there.
Yeah. It's just there. It's okay. It's so perfect. Yeah. So, but I want to start with Marie's experiences and dreams that she's had, and these are beautiful. And I love this because it brings up topics and discussions that we probably wouldn't even think about, and it's really interesting with the first one.
Okay. The ringing in my ears was strong, and when I lay down, the ringing changed to something new. It was like I was sitting in the woods alone, maybe campfire, and all I could hear was the sound of the night. It was beautiful and comfortable. Oh,
Marie, I love that. And it's so interesting because just in the last week, I've seen two or little podcasts or two little things around how the Hopi Indians, all the ancient ones, could hear the stars. And I went, oh, this is interesting. So they could hear the vibration and the sound that the stars made. So I'm going to pull some cards on this one. So Maria, I would love to know what, I know you've said that you thought it was the sound of the night, which I really feel it probably was. And I'm wondering if it was the stars that you were hearing, the constellation. I've got this beautiful music that they say is the sound of like different planets or whatever, you know, because even though we know that their trajectories, or they still have a vibration and a sound. And so I have this amazing music that is recordings of it. They've worked with the recordings of it. So I'm just going to see if, Marie, that's what you were tapping into. And Maria, I wonder, have you got any sort of, do you know your ancestral lineage? Do you know if there is any, you know, of those ancient tribes? I mean, I guess we all do, but if you know consciously, I'd love to know. All right. Ha, beautiful. So they're both contemplation cards to start with, which is the Hermit card. So this to me is definitely you going inward very deeply, and that's helping you to see your way forward. The Queen of Cups is similar. She's a contemplator. So this can be around emotion and just really tuning into that aspect of you. So, and of course it is. I've just got another little insight for you. Hang on a minute. Let's do this. You're not going to believe this. I was just getting that, Marie, you're tuning in to the actual collective, and look at the card that came up, the world. So you're tuning in to that collective energy, and that would include the stars, everything within this realm. So there you go. And that's confirmation for me, because what was the first card that I pulled that I don't normally do before a show? The world, which when I was thinking about the collective. So there you go. That's amazing.
Yeah, and that description of the world, it's far beyond our known planet that we live on. Yeah, it's the universe. It's everything else out there that has been created, and it's going on its own little pathway, and we're doing our, we've all got our own rhythms. That ringing is quite strong lately, definitely.
Me too.
Yeah. It was insane last night for me and yesterday. And she says, I have Native American in this life and a past life. Wow.
I was getting the Hopi Indians. Yeah. Interesting, isn't it? That was just intuition coming through. So, yeah. So interesting. Yeah. So I love that. This is why I love that we share experiences, because for me, it always gives me a deeper insight and a different perspective and understanding of our realm and how it works. And when we have that, then it's like we can be tuned in. And sometimes these experiences come to us and we haven't even asked for them, but we've just slowly been unraveling something that then allows us to have some space to allow it in. So thank you for sharing. I love that.
Oh, definitely. And that whole ringing thing, sometimes it can be annoying if you focus on it. When I look at it from a different perspective, which is that I'm receiving some light codes, or being communicated to from beyond, and sometimes when I tune into it and then I'm relaxed with it, and it will change the tone, and I think, hello, I feel like there's another group coming in almost to have, to do their work. It's like some sort of spiritual operation that they've got to do for us to help us with our expansion. And that gets me really excited. And I think, oh, okay, there's something new. And then it'll might morph again into a slightly different tone or intensity. And I just allow it now. I just allow it, because I know that it's going to be good for everybody. And I see anyone that gets the ringing can hold that ringing, because not everybody gets it. And we get different codings different ways.
Yeah. Oh, completely. Everyone gets it very differently. So, and this one was interesting that Maria sent in as well.
Civil War time song. I had been thinking military and ancestry on the 14th, with President Trump holding 250 Army parade. Ancestry. Dad and several uncles were Navy. Mum was a Marine.
Wow.
Dad was Army. Grandfather, great-grandfather, and back to the Civil War were all Army. I have sent healing multiple times through years to ancestors. Oh, yes, absolutely.
Oh, Marie, that is such conscious healing. That is so beautiful. Yeah. And it's we don't know the traumas that would have been happened. Because I had grandfather. So what would my grandma? What would her brothers be? They would be my great uncles, maybe. So, and they were in the war as well. So it's like the healing, so that we can actually consciously just hold for them whatever is needed. Yeah. So that's so beautiful. And I know it was that 250-year anniversary. So, which is really quite interesting at this time. So,
do you think by bringing attention to it, it also does trigger a release for us to help work through those wounds through our ancestors from those?
And I think what it does as well is by owning it, by acknowledging it, that's what, as you said earlier, that's what releases things. Because once you've done that, then it's almost like, well, it doesn't affect anymore. I am who I am, and I can keep moving forward. I don't have to keep getting brought back into the past with these echoes and memories. Yes. So I do. I think just honoring that and just saying, look, whatever you went through, we know in this system and the way it was set up, it was we know why they did it, and it wasn't for our benefit. But thank you for having the courage to be there and to, to have that experience. Yeah.
And to agree to come into a place and know that you're going to be experiencing that. I thought about this a lot last night, actually. I was just doing some contemplation on it and thinking about all the different people's existences, lives, that what everyone is going through right now and experiencing. And I was just so grateful. I just felt so grateful for whatever experiences we've given ourselves, no matter how hard they might have been or how grand and wonderful they might be. They're all there to be appreciated. They really are. Yeah. And I think when we send those experiences love, like even though we can, I don't commiserate as much. I just send it love. And by doing that, it changes that feeling that still lingers with us about war. And now what's happening right now in the world.
Exactly. Yeah. So, how are we going to just hold and understand that we have a bigger job to do as well? Exactly. Different job. That's all it is. Yeah. Just by being.
If we hold that love frequency whilst we think about what's going on, that ripples out, and then it changes what goes on.
Exactly. So, and people like Ladyhawk, I mean,
I'm I'm retired US Army, fought in 2 war campaigns. Far out.
Exactly. And, like I said, the courage and just doing what needs to be done and having that experience. So, it's like, to me, there's, it's our system, isn't it? We all know that. Yeah. So, but we also choose to come in.
Yeah, I'd like to ask Ladyhawk if she is happy to share if she's ever had. I mean, often is the case because people suffer PTSD through these things. It's not natural to our love quotient here. But if she's had any dreams where these things have come up in her dreams and she's conscious of it and perhaps seen it as a release.
Yeah, it's a really good question. So so your Ladyhawk, if you want to share, that'd be amazing. So but also because we were talking about the Indian heritage or ancient heritage and knowing about it, like, we understand there's probably all of us have something, but so when we're talking about that for Marie, then Christine said this as well.
Wow, I met my Lakota native Indian me during the week in breathwork. It was 2 of me that merged together after I had a huge release. Wow. And a massive eagle spread its wings right in front of me. Amazing and so beautiful. Oh, isn't it? Oh, well done, Christine.
Amazing. Yeah, and it's simply to me, it's beautiful. It's a conscious connection into an aspect. So, and so I don't know. I think, but remember not to also get caught up and go down a rabbit hole with it too far. I think just remember to go, thank you. Yes, I own that. And that consciousness and energy will work with you. So, hi, Gillian. How are you going? Gillian's on. So I think this is perfect timing, as always, when like that 250-year anniversary comes up. So, and it's really interesting because we have what we call Anzac Day parades here, though they're trying to stamp them out, the powers that be, interestingly enough, because it was for New Zealand Australian Army from 1 and 2, you know what I'm talking about. Anyway, but I've been very reluctant to go to them. Like, they're always at dawn, and a lot of people go, and I think, I don't know, for me, I felt I would be honoring the whole system. So I just hold a space and place of love and pray for the actual souls that went through the experience. So that's what I do, and the motto is lest we forget. The thing is, though, if we remember and then we can move on from it, by not forgetting, we're actually not releasing as well. I don't know. This is just my mind and my heart and how it works. So I'm not sure.
Same feeling for me. There's something that was just never compelling me. I mean, I think we had to do it when we were kids at school. They'd have a trumpet thing and, whatever. But I never really connected with needing to be in a place to do that. But I do that. That's how I feel in general. I'm not one. I'll turn up, but in a different way. But I certainly, because I feel I had a major, it must have been just hit me all in one. this feeling, and it just overwhelmed me about emotion to do with war one day. And it was just all my family's involvement in it, because I have family that are German on the German side, and then I have my family on the English side, and then we have the Australian here, and it's sort of like it all came to a head one day. And I was on the phone talking to girlfriend, and then something she said just triggered it, and it was to do with an Anzac Day ceremony, and I just started crying. I just released. Luckily, she was cool with it, and I just said, I just feel like I'm releasing all this from my ancestors right now. And so I sort of knew then that what I was meant to do was exactly what I did. And everyone decide what works for you when it comes to how you approach these feelings about,
That's it. It's so personal with how we work with it, and there's no judgment. It simply is at experience, and then totally. So, and hi, Angel Laurie, nice to see you on.
Angel Laurie, long time no see.
Absolutely. And then another beautiful one from Marie, bringing in our animals. Woohoo!
I saw in black and white a tiger face in front of my face and a cougar on the right-hand side of my face. The cougar was licking my cheek. Thought tongue should be like sandpaper, and it wasn't. Then in colour, to the right was a puma in colour with me standing next to him, petting his body.
So the puma colour, I'm going to presume, is black. And Marie, what does a puma and a cougar and a tiger mean for you? So they're very powerful feline beings, aren't they? So yeah, but for me, a tiger, the word in the animal magic card that goes with tiger is righteousness. So it's finding our balance in situations. It's remembering our strength as well. I'll just see if I can find that card for you, because I think it came up on the weekend as well for someone. So, and the tiger's stripes, that's yin and yang. So that's the first one. So let me just go down here. Hang on a second. And Kathy's on. Hello, Kathy. Nice to see you. Or maybe I can't find it. But yeah, so what do they mean for you? So what would you say they mean, Nick?
The puma?
So, tiger? Yeah, puma maybe. Let's do with the puma first.
Yeah, I mean, I straight away get that feeling of that. And it's funny, I chose to wear black today because I'm feeling that it's the colour of that puma that's so relevant right now.
I'm presuming a puma is black. Am I imagining?
Yeah, well, I'm thinking of it. I see it as a black. Definitely as black.
The puma was brown. The panthers are black. Yeah, no, that's what I was just getting then too. I went, hang on, because we don't. Yeah. So because
okay. I was just getting this black coming through. So yeah, maybe I was.
That's the panther. Yeah, for sure. Interesting. So. Wow. So sorry, what were you saying? So what were you seeing with the black?
I always see it as with an animal, it's like we're becoming that animal and we're taking on the traits of that animal. So the black to me is what the beautiful mystery, the alchemy that we're creating right now is starting to come to the fore. And just also because I've had dreams very similar to this, where animals have come up on one side and they've touched my face, like they've leant up against it. And I've been licked by them as well. And I always, like, the feeling you got from that, Marie, what was the feeling you got when they did that? Because that's a good indication perhaps too.
And it was on the right side. So Marie's actually said what her interpretation of those animals are. Can you see that?
Okay, so powerful animals, strong, high on the food chain, family oriented.
Yeah, very much. So yeah, that's beautiful. Wow. So and it's interesting, it wasn't sandpaper. So yeah, and the right side of the face. Yeah, so the right side is that masculine energy as well. So you obviously hold that energy.
So if you think about, we're stepping into our power, and often we think of that as like over dominating as a word, but it's not. The word power is quite different. It's an inner strength that we have. So there's that lovely softness, and that's where you get that. We're learning that balance. We're not going to be too feminine. We're not going to be too masculine. And if we look back in history, we've had times where one has been, pushed for and forced upon, the collective more than another. And I feel that it's showing us that we are going to be able to work so beautiful with our own inner power as a group. This is a lovely message. It's really one of unity for me. Yeah.
Yeah. And that's what Marie was saying. She felt like she was part of their group and friends. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
So, hi, Kim. Nice to see you on. Okay. So the next one that Marie had. So, where are we? Here we go. And this was an actual dream.
Okay. Saw a green and blue flag, long diamond shape with each colour waving, and felt it was my aura. Then to my right was a wall, and all of a sudden 2 tall, thin snakes stood up tall, and after a bit, they came down to the ground. Woke up happy with Under the Boardwalk, the Drifters' shore song. Nice.
Wow. So Under the Boardwalk. So I love it. I love when you get your songs, Marie, that go with it, because I love it when I get them too. But that's beautiful. And it's so interesting because you're not going to believe Zan had a dream that I've popped in for her directly under this one. I only just clicked. And it was to do with healing. Now, the diamond, when I'm running the transference healing frequency and energy, the diamond it's within that diamond light body that the actual activations happen. So it's interesting. It was a diamond shape, and that, those colors, you felt it was part of your aura. And the snakes are transformation, which is really interesting. So and 2 is balance. So I feel both aspects, your feminine, masculine lines, have been really worked with, as well as your aura. I'd love to know how you felt after that dream. You did say you woke up happy, so, which is really interesting because it sounds like there was some beautiful energy work going on. You were conducting your own little energy work session while you were asleep, which is fantastic. So yeah, that was, and what are you getting, Nick?
Well, I just think you and I must have had a very similar experience, because on the same night I had 2 dreams. One was to do with the snake, and then I got this vision, and it was a shape. It wasn't a diamond, but I've had this as a repetitive dream, and finally I remembered to write it down. And it's a shape that I get that comes from the right-hand side, and it moves across into the left-hand side. And what it is it's the hexagram. But I always feel that you can put any shape that is relevant for you. It'll come up exactly what it should be. And that shape is the power of our blueprint, what we were created to be, and what it does. And on the left-hand side is this amorphous sort of, it's almost like the chaos, the mess, the confusion, the emotions, all of this stuff sits there. And whenever you get this weird thought that comes in where it starts feeling like, oh, this doesn't feel good, that's that bit. And then straight away this hexagon will come in, and it will change it. It will make it this beautiful crystalline structure, but very organic. And it just calms it all down and brings it into harmony. So this is a repetitive dream for me, and I get it, and I just get it in short bursts. And I think there's something tied in with your dream too, with what it's doing.
Yeah, I agree with that. And I think, and I pulled some cards as Nick was talking about the dream and her dream experience. The first one that came up was our 7 of Pentacles. This is where seeds are being planted, and we're just waiting for them to grow and to start to come up into fruition. And then we've got the Devil card. To me, this is any aspect, just what you were talking about, Nick, any aspect that needs to come up to be rejigged or cleared or just made to fit better. And then the 6 of Swords, which is actually moving into a better place in the mind, in our story. And look at it. So going from the waters that are a little bit choppy into the smooth waters. So that it absolutely depicts what you're saying, and for Marie as well. So amazing. And it's so incredible because directly under Marie's dream, which I didn't realize, I put in Zan's dream.
I was thinking of Zan, actually. I was thinking, how is Zan? She came into my awareness yesterday really strongly.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
So she said, the colour healing for liver, all colours of the rainbow, one at a time, no pain for hours, once woke up. Wow.
So, and she said she could feel every single color coming in as a layer in her dream, like right through the rainbow colors. And the feeling, she said, was just incredible. And then when she woke up, she just knew. And so then we were discussing about, well, if we can do that in our dream state, we can also do that in our waking conscious state, because we can recalibrate and we can actually work with our beautiful etheric field to help on the physical level, because it's all one anyway. So it was so again, this is all coming up, guys. Then this is not a coincidence. Perfect synchronicity. And so I think we really don't give ourselves enough credit about who we truly are, and remembering that we are such powerful beings within. We get so caught up in the emotional body or in the physical body. We forget, man, we're this powerhouse, and it's just tap into it. And we can do it in sleep because we've let go of the ego. And so it's just knowing how to be able to do that. I love it. This is such confirmation of who we are. It's beautiful.
It feels right, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It really feels right. And yes, well, if we're doing it in the dream state, gosh, it's we can clearly, it's showing us we can clearly do it in this state. It's just, and that's what we're learning, it's like we've got to understand, we've got to relearn how to do this. Can you imagine if we all got it overnight?
Oh, the whole
the energy would be too great. Yeah.
I was going, what? So, again, I feel that we have little time or collective experience spring traps that then get released when it's time for us to do another little burst of something. But we often have to go through it ourselves first.
It's like a champagne cork.
Yeah. When it's time.
A little bit at each time. Wow.
I love it. So, and Kim, wow.
Oh, I keep dreaming of fire. I can't pour it out. I'm sick of it.
Well, Kim, first things first, where's the fire? What is your interpretation of fire, if we're going to look at what's the archetype around fire? And I'll pull some cards, but if you get a moment, then and Kim hasn't been sleeping well. Yeah, she's been waking up at 2, and then Kim, this is a lot of people are talking about this. I've been doing this. I'm waking up and it's 4:44, or it's something ridiculous. So don't, it's really, it's a phenomena at the moment. So but I'm loving this. Okay, so Kim's actually said, this is good.
The fire is always on an object or an electrical socket.
So it's a connection point. I'm getting light body straight away for you. And it's interesting. I'm just going to do some cards for you as well. What are you getting, Nick?
Oh yeah, there's some firing off going inside, and I see the electrical socket is what's sparking. And when it's like I could say I'm sick of the ear ringing too. It's the same. Like I said, I feel like you're getting it this way. Yeah.
That's it. And it's rewiring. I'm seeing synapses sparking almost within your brain. And this is probably why you're waking up, because your neurons are it's rewiring some aspects of your brain in the way that we think. That's what happens when we rewire. This one wants to come out. All right, come on. Yeah. Okay. And I'll be really interested to know what's going on in your life, if there's a little bit of, because the 5 of Wands has come up. So to me, this is action where there's change happening, but there can be a little bit of arcing up or reactivity to a situation that's going on as well, is what I'm feeling. So because when we go through a change, of course, that gets reflected back to us, doesn't it, from our little world. Magician. Yeah. So there's some illusion, I feel, that's actually being shifted for you. You've got all the tools you need on your table, and it's bringing more light, more heaven to earth is what's going on here. And it's the light body. This is what I'm feeling. So let me just, that one wants to come out. Let me just see what that is. Yeah. Interesting. Yeah, because I don't know if you've been feeling a little bit heartbroken, or a little bit like something hasn't happened how you've wanted it to happen. You can change that. That King of Swords has now come through. Master story planner, master story maker. All right. You can change what's been going on as well. So, and again, so the mind, this is the mind. This is all the mind. Where are we? That one. See, it didn't even want to come out. So this is when your mind is going through a shift. Yeah. Okay. So Kim's going through some stuff.
My
Yeah.
daughter is a teen now, and it's hard letting go.
Yeah, I know. And, but, you know, the best thing we can do is to let them be empowered. So give them choices. Say, okay, well, we have to have something, get something done, or this has to happen, or whatever. What would you choose, this or that? So instead of making the choice for them. And that's a tricky one. But this, you know, let your mind shift and change with it. Change your story up. So be her friend. Be her mum when she needs you, and be her friend otherwise. I don't know if that helps. So
Kim, it's really interesting because this week I've had so many conversations with friends that their teenage, granddaughters or daughters are going through, they're entering this new phase, and they're seeing the change in them, and they're trying to come to terms with. But remember, we're going into a whole new way of being. So we don't know what to expect. So we've just got to know that the great plan in place is exactly how it should be. And, and just send you, I'm going to send you love, but also sending, them all love too, because, the first thing is, remember we were like that once. And then, but I just feel now we don't even make a judgment one way or the other about it. We just accept what is and try to let them be who they're meant to be, because they're coming into their fullness, just like us. Yeah.
And Kim, I love that. It's true. And you do trust, because, all the beautiful work, all the templates you've given her to work with in life, she now has to go and explore them. But you've set a beautiful foundation. And the cards that came up for you it's beautiful. It was the Tower card first. So yes, this is a big change for both of you. But then it was actually, and it's disappeared, but it was the Justice card. So it's like that balance and knowing that there's already a story for her anyway. And then this one came up. So the Ace of Cups, which is the most beautiful, emotional, heartwarming. So just trust that the job you've done with her, that's the whole role of a parent, is to get those beautiful souls to a point where they can survive and be the best they can be and thrive in this 3D world, but also work within that 5D plan. Yeah. And it's great. This is coming from Christine.
Yes, trust is everything. I get it so much with 3 daughters. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, 3 daughters. You've run the gauntlet, Christine. So Kim, you're not alone, Kim. I feel that probably a lot of mums and people go through this. So and Gillian has put this up.
Yeah, hi Kim. My son is a teenager now. It's a big shift letting go. I actually love it now. I feel lighter and free. Yes.
So there you go. There's your positive aspect of the shift and the Tower moment, going into that beautiful heart and knowing that everything's going to be okay. So so through faith and love, she will be okay, of course. And just know as a mum, you're still going to always have that little okay, I just need to tune in and give her a call or whatever. Just trust that and just allow it to come to you instead of you maybe prompting it all the time, so that you do get that freedom, that lightness that Gillian's talking about. So that's beautiful. So thank you for sharing.
That trust is so important. You said that to me once in the past about something, Marie. I think it was about one of my nephews, and just verbalizing that I trusted them, and because everything's energy.
Yeah.
So if you're sending out that trust, I trust you, that that energy will affect them, and then that they link onto that, and that's where we that's that coherence, isn't it? Where we link together.
Yeah, it is. It's really interesting. And I think, yes, telling her that you trust her and you trust her choices, I think that's such a great reminder, Nick. Yeah. And just saying, look, as a mum, I've done everything I can to help set you up for life. I trust you. I trust your choices. I know you've been guided. You've got angels, however you talk with her, and let her know, because when she hears that, it'll give her that feeling as well. Beautiful. Yeah. I love that. Yeah. So Maria, I won't do any. Maria's popped up a personal question. I don't do those on here. This is more for everyone that comes together at that level. I'll pull a card for you, but I'm not going to say yes or no to this, because this is something that you need to actually learn about and to work through for yourself. So transformation cards come up for you, the death card. So to me, there's a transformation going on through your experience. So just do some work, go in, talk to your soul, talk to your angels, talk to your higher self, and just sit and just see what you want in life. So yeah.
You know what, Marie, just in general with anything, when people go through very personal things and they are looking externally for advice, is you can't just say to somebody, look, just trust your inner knowing if you haven't worked out how to trust that yet.
Just came up again.
Classic.
Second time, Maria.
Yes. Yeah.
And she's saying she's really sad.
Yeah, exactly. And it's just, we're letting go of a lot of things right now, but we have to make way for something new. And remember, we are in this huge game right now, and whatever happens just happens. None of it really matters. It's just, we get to control everything. We really control everything. We just have to learn how to do that. So.
Yeah. So Maria, it's about you transforming. The death card to me is always about transformation and about moving to a whole new way of being. So this is about you. You live in Norway. Okay, beautiful one. Yeah. So for you, this is an opportunity for you to go within yourself to decide what's right for you. What do you want from this beautiful experience of life? Yeah. Okay. Otherwise, we're giving our power away to someone else. So yeah.
Exactly. And do what I always do. If I have an issue and I'm a bit confused about it because my head got in the way, I go to bed. And before I go to sleep, I set myself the intention that I want some clarity about the situation. Show me. And I'm actually asking my higher self, my oversoul, to do it. I'm actually not looking for anything external. I say I'll be surrounded by my spiritual support group. I always ask for my clarity to come through, which means I'm the one giving myself the guidance.
Yes. Yeah.
Then I trust it.
Yeah, absolutely. So, Maria, this is about you at the end of the day. This is the relationship you're in is just a reflection of something within you, that it would be beautiful for you to take some time out for you to see what you want. Yeah. So, and you have to decide what you want in a relationship anyway. So it's and it's never easy, but they're sometimes our greatest gift for learning about who we are and working through that and finding our own self-love and our own self-respect. Okay. So they're not easy at all. So so they're tricky ones. Nick, anything else you want to say? I'm going to actually I got the hit. I really have to do a chakra meditation today as well. So Maria, this may help you. Whatever comes up for everyone at the moment, it's always perfect. But okay. All right. So I'm just tuning in for all of us that are here, for our beautiful collective that we are an aspect of as well. I ask, what is it that can help us today with a beautiful chakra meditation that's coming in? Oh my goodness, you're not going to believe the one that's wanted to come up as well again. There was actually two, because they were both as hot as each other, and this doesn't happen very often either. I knew I had to do one today. This is so unbelievable. All right, so the two cards, the first one came up was grounding, number 4. Look at that. I think we've had this one before, which is beautiful. So we are bringing through all of this new light, okay? And the next one up is dreams. And what have we been talking about? It's the collective and us and how we can actually change things and bring things through in our dream state and through this collective energy for the collective. So, I mean, that's just beautiful. So that's a 6 and a 4, okay, that have come up. So I love this. This is just amazing. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to channel through the energy. I'll just read through a little bit. With the grounding one, because we've done that before, I'll read through a little bit of it. So that's our Earth Star chakra. Now, for those of you who don't know the chakras, the Earth Star chakra is about 6 inches below our feet. So I always bring it down from my feet with a silver line down into that earth star if I really want to be more grounded. So, and the tree is amazing, just even visualizing a tree and being able to ground in through it. So it says you have attracted this card into your world today as it's a sign that it's time to get grounded. You may have been feeling a little scattered with your thoughts and feelings and finding it difficult to focus and concentrate. Maybe you're feeling stressed and busy, and it's difficult to create and manifest positive outcomes and experiences in your life. No, you're not alone. It's a very common feeling, and it's easy to get caught up. There is a light at the end of the tunnel for you, and the best thing for you right now is to get centered and grounded. Okay, so I'm just going to read a little bit about that Earth Star chakra. Where are we? So it relates to rebirth, deep connection to Mother Earth, nurturing, grounding, animal spirit guides, which we had a few of today, vitality, rejuvenation, and stability. So that is beautiful. And the Earth Star affirmation is, I'm deeply connected to the heart of the earth, and I feel loved and supported in my life. Beautiful words. So Maria, I think this could help you as well. The other one is the dreams card. So let's have a little look, see where this has come from. Wow. And it's just beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. 26. We definitely haven't done this one before. So it's the third eye chakra. And the affirmation for the third eye chakra is, my third eye is fully open and I see clearly in all aspects of my life. So this card is a sign that your dreams are a big part of your journey at present. Oh, really? It's time to take a little more notice of your dreams. Currently, your soul is guiding you and offering you messages through this medium. You may like to start a dream diary to remember your dreams and keep track of the messages you are receiving. It is easy for the soul to talk and communicate through our dreams because our mind experiences less interference compared with our waking state. Now, we were just talking about this. The answers you have been seeking are showing themselves very clearly in your dreams, so take the time to discover them. This card can also represent the dreams you wish to create in your waking world. It's time to dream big. What would you love to create in your world? What are your dreams and desires? It will be very beneficial to take some time to focus your energy on what you would like to manifest in your world. We are all co-creators with the universe, and it is our birthright to manifest our dreams and desires. Know that you are worthy to receive abundance from the universe and that it is time to weave your dreams into reality. Dreams do come true. You have just to believe you are deserving and open to receive the gifts when they appear in your life. Plant the seeds of your dreams into the soil of positivity. And I think this is where the grounding card's coming in as well. Nurture them with belief and water them with love. Soon your dreams will be showering your life with the most wonderful love and joy. Wow.
That's so good, isn't it?
Amazing. That has just completely entwined everything almost that we've been talking about. So thank you, beautiful card. Thank you, universe. Thank you, cards.
We've been weaving that golden thread through it. It's beautiful. Yeah,
I know. So, and it's really interesting because I'm already starting to get how I'm going to weave the grounding and dreams in together. So, and with an intention. So, all right. So, anyone that wants to partake, and if you're doing this after the live show, I will be running energy and frequency, but you will still get the effect of that. Okay. So don't worry. You'll be part of this whole collective as we do this. There's no such thing as time and space. All right. So if you're sitting, just let yourself sit with your legs just planted on the floor, your feet on the floor. If you're lying down, just let go. Make sure you're comfortable. I want you to close your eyes and then take a beautiful breath in through your nose. And as you breathe out, just allow yourself to drop deeper and deeper into your being. Another breath in. And this time allow yourself to take your attention into your beautiful heart space, your heart chakra, wherever that is for you. And then see, sense, or feel white light beginning to birth through that heart space. And as this brilliant white light begins to expand, anything that's not of love, any fear, any distortions are dissolved with this light. The light then continues to expand through your whole body into every single cell until they are vibrating with this white light. And allow it to go out into your aura, into your etheric field, your energy field. And as it does so, any cords or hooks or ties that are no longer of service to you or any situation are also now dissolved, bringing through a sense of peace, a sense of space, of expansion. And now have the intention of being connected through into your oversoul, into your beautiful higher self, that divine aspect that guides us, that is us. And now we're going to tune into our third eye chakra, through the pineal gland, where our dreams are actually activated. And see, sense, or feel a beautiful purple frequency of light flowing through that third eye chakra. And as you do this, you feel yourself dropping into a dream state. And as you feel this flow and wave of that dream state come through you, just know that your divine self, your wisdom, is going to show you or tell you, or you're going to feel whatever it is that's important for you to know and understand at this point of time. So we're just going to give this a moment. And just trusting what you've actually experienced now. Thank your divine self and take your attention down to your Earth Star chakra, which is that 6 inches below your feet. And see, sense, or feel a silver frequency of light going into that, so that this wisdom, this knowledge, these feelings and knowings that you've just had through that activation of your dream state and your higher self are being grounded in, so that they can come through into your reality. And knowing how powerful we are, and truly remembering our soul and its journey, we can let ourselves gently start to come back with a sense of faith and trust and peace. Because we are powerful beings. And know that you receive profound wisdom and guidance in your dream state, manifesting your heart's desires and your dreams into reality. Just gently let yourself come back into the here and now, and when you're ready, you can open your eyes. Wow, I literally could feel myself dropping into that alpha state, like with that as well. So yeah, wow. What about you, Nick? How did you go with that?
Oh, wow. I think you really needed to do that today. And, you know, when you started, I was, I got a volcano. I was the volcano. I was this red from the ground up, and then it was the orange, but I was inside and I was the volcano, and I was spitting out the lava that was turning into gold sparks and white light. And it just spread. It spread all the way around everything. Then you moved into that other little bit. Like, it was like a dream state for me. And then I got the feather. It's coming from the sky and just floating, so soft, like cradling me almost, coming down. But once again, I felt it was me, and I'm dropping into the earth from the heaven down into this ground. And it's just, and when it hit the ground, it just white glow all the way around it.
Wow.
And when you see the silver, my feet just started going zing, just started going tingling. Yeah. So
That's
that was a dream
beautiful.
state, all right. Yeah.
I know that was definitely a dream state. So this is how quickly we can do it. If we're awake and we're going through some trauma or we're really in our head, you can drop into that just by white lighting, opening the heart. I always go through the heart because that's where a lot of our purification and our expansion and releasing and light can come from and through. So I always open my heart chakra first, which is maybe a good tip. And then I white light, I clear my etheric field, and then you can activate the third eye and have the intention of being connected to your higher self. So and then grounding it through. I love that. I never thought of actually doing that. Is while we're conscious, drop into the dream state, which is where we daydream, I suppose, anyway, but then grounding it in. How beautiful. So those two cards really are perfection together, which is not something I would have put together. So I love it. And if anyone wants to just to sort of say how they felt through that, or if they had a bit of an insight for themselves, that'd be wonderful. So Marie,
there was a large white circle above me, watching, protecting.
Beautiful. And it's so tangible, isn't it, when you can see it or sense it or feel it or hear it. And I sort of get the feeling that even for you, Nick, as well, this is an aspect of your higher self that's really showing how much we are connected and how much we are that anyway.
Yeah. I got quite emotional, actually.
Yeah, I could see that.
I could feel that emotion coming through me. I can feel it again now, even with just you putting that up, Marie. There's something really, that feeling of love is coming in for us.
It's love. That's why we open the heart to when we do this. Any meditation, I always just open my heart first. So that's awesome. So there you go, guys. That's the end of the show for today. But yeah, wow. So actually, I'll just pop up what Jillian's got there.
Oh, I had a diamond with 4 quarters moving through my body.
Perfect.
Lovely.
That to me is an activation of light body, Jillian. It's beautiful. And love. Yeah, it's definitely love. So so thank you all for being here. You are all loved. Know that, and love yourself. And Jasper loves you. So he wants to send his beautiful love frequency to you all. And thank you, Nick, as always, for being with us.
Thank you, everybody. I love you. I love you, Marie. Thank you for your time that you put into this. It's awesome.
It's my absolute honor. See you, everyone. See you tomorrow, maybe on Elisa's show. Okay, bye.
Bye.